All right. What's up, guys? Sneaky Cat Guy. I'm back with another video on this Monday. Shout out to the low battery. um, I have caved, everyone. I have caved to the Root Riders. I will officially be using Root Riders in this CWL. I can't believe I'm saying that, to be honest. And I'm just working on them. And honestly, the strat's kind of fun. It's a little different because I have to use so many items and click them. But I mean, I use them at the beginning of Town Hall 16. I'm going away from the air strategy because I don't even want to bother with trying to learn a blimp. And I could use the quad clone blimp, but at least it looks like I have to use a bunch of spells and stuff to make it somewhat interesting. And quite frankly, it is. I mean, it's not a shoe-in by any means. I mean, I still fail a decent amount. I really do believe the Spirit Walk, there's like a big advantage of using, this and then the recall spell. And I found really the goals of the strategy really start with, making sure you recall, obviously is a big thing. Using the Queen and the Giant Arrow with the Giant, and the King with the Siege Barracks to really create the funnel. Now we got the funnel. And I initially, when I was doing this strategy, I wasn't doing a great job of really creating this funnel that well. Now we got the funnel, we're good. And then sometimes I just bring in here it just looks like a good opportunity. So a lot of value here where I'll bring in the Royal Champion with the Rocket Spear, and it'll take out multiple buildings, and just everything kind of just does its thing. As long as you have a good funnel here, most of the time this attack strategy does really, really well. You use a proper version of the proper use of the Overgrowth to funnel even more, and if the Root Riders stay alive, if it looks like this towards the end of the attack, you really aren't going to fail. And so far, this has been different. It's a different change. I needed something that's going to hit hard. I liked using dragons for a while, but I know I'm against Root Riders a lot, but I couldn't really find, the Fire Might strategy just wasn't that consistent. It honestly was pretty sloppy and came down to luck. This one requires some skill, but also, it's just a dominating strategy, an absolutely dominating strategy. So we are looking fairly good here going into CWL. That's what I'm going to focus on. The other thing that I am very curious of is how this is going to play an impact. I didn't know that this was going to get this many hit points, right? Like, I'm leveling up to level 6. Like, this is going to have as many... I was going to say the Eagle. Darn. RIP. It's going to have similar amounts of hit points to, the Monolith once you level it up. So I think the hit points is an important upgrade, really, to start with. I'm probably not going to use a book. The things that I am going to try to spend on, I'm probably going to do that there. So we're going to use a book there. And I decided not to buy the snake bracelet. I just didn't really find it as useful. I mean, people can blast me in the comments like, oh my God, you're losing out on potential. And then I'll buy one more of these, a builder potion, because I do think this will make an impact. I do think this defense is underrated to a certain extent on how much, if you put in the time to upgrade, how good it can be. Now, did I start with the right one? I don't know. I mean, the thing with the hook tower and stuff is I don't really think that there's that much of a boost for upgrading, account cooldown time. This is probably going to go down to 5 seconds, right? It's not going to really make that much of a difference. Stun seconds, it's not going to make that much of a difference, right? Now this Crusher Mortar, I could be wrong on. The one thing, yeah, with the area splash, like if it could do a lot more damage, but you don't really get, from what I'm seeing with the damage bar, like this is the only one that like feels like I'm getting an equal amount of upgrades for leveling it up. Or proportionately, and especially the hit points. The hit points were super low, 600. So getting this up to like, 4,200 hit points by the end here will be good. Now that's something I've been slacking on my secondary base, which I'm excited for CWL now that, we're pretty much maxed as far as defenses go. I'm working on my last bomb tower. I don't know where that is. No, the bomb tower was finished because I had a hammer. This mortar is almost done. This mortar is being worked on, and so I have like one more building left, and essentially I'm done because all the whiz towers are now taken care of. Most of the mortars are done, the bomb towers. So I'm able to fully max this strategic rushing base too. Which is kind of nice. This I still need to obviously work on. I'm working on that. I think that is a big priority defensively for those going into CWL because defenses do win it. Did I pick the right one? I don't know. A lot of people have the fire spinner. Not a lot of people have other bases. And I'm curious how other bases will look. I'm going to try out. I've kind of been getting smoked a little bit, not necessarily in Legends, like I've done fairly well in that, and I'll do a live attack to finish. But I'm going to try out Torin, one of our guys. This is an older base, but it seems to really rip fairly well. And I've actually used this base before too. I think it is pretty effective. It did come with the Crusher mortar, but I'm going to obviously try it with the Flame Spinner there. So let's try this out. Do the Root Rider attack. This is dumb. I hate beginning in this section. This is just not even. It's not even an attack, right? Like, and obviously, if you don't, that's the other thing too. If you completely botch it, then you look like a complete moron. This is one of those attacks too with the dragons. Like, you can't just dump all the troops and expect. You have to do a little bit of funneling, right? Like, it's not just a complete shoe-in. I guess from my perspective, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like you gotta at least put together something decent here, not just expect the attack to just go super smoothly. Oh, I could have just saved that. And right there, we've picked up the funnel fairly good. I'll do this early and got the whole core compartment, and then we're ready to go. I don't really think that. Also, I need to figure out the order on how I should be doing what I'm doing right now. And usually I just do this to support the heroes. Usually I start with one rage, and then as they get really close to the core, then it's time to pop the healing tome. And obviously not a Town Hall 17, but we're not going to have to use the overgrowth, not going to have to use any of these spells or anything like that. It'll just be an absolute massacre. Let's try one more here. That's just a little bit subjective, right? Like, we didn't, but we're getting better with it. I've learned that it took me a little bit to get better with it and what I should deploy first. I'm hoping, please give us like a Town Hall 17 at least, not a 16. Oh, gosh. So dumb. So dumb. This is a Town Hall 15. This is one I can dump because I know they're so bad it doesn't matter. You make sure that's in the thing, and then boom. And then boom, boom. Where's my real champ? Oh, right there. Okay, we're quitting this. We're quitting this because we know we're going to get 3-star. Yep. I had a relatively amount of confidence. Okay, so I'm going to do this one more time. Oh, wait, 30 seconds. To touch up some things here. I think I'm done with this season. It's crazy. I haven't looked at the other season's bonuses. Ooh, a Rune of Gold. Yeah, I need to save that, actually. Need to use that. On walls, we're getting those done. I'll have a decent amount of walls ready to build. At the end here, they will use the book. Because I don't want 50 gems. I want to use it for 4 total walls or whatever I get. Okay, please be a Town Hall 17. Please be decent. Yes! Yes. Okay, this is a good base to try this out on. Because I actually need to really do a good job funneling. Really, like, I'm not even going to use one invis spell here because, I mean, yeah, she's going to take a couple hits out. She took 2 hits from the... That sucks from the mono. I wasn't thinking she'd take 2 hits from the mono. Man, she got deep in here. She got really deep in here. I just need to make sure she stays alive. That's the other thing, too. You sure don't want to risk losing the RC. That's a lot of value. I really do want to get this, but it's not worth it. Oh, I could have maybe pulled that off, but... Okay, that looks pretty good here. We'll use the wall breaker to bust in there. And then we use, I love the super barbarians. They do a good job of doing funneling. And then we'll do all this. Apprentice Warden. I'm not very good at, I need to definitely release the Ice Golem with the King. Looks like the King's getting a little weaker. Looks like we're really doing a good job of funneling though. It looks really good. The Queen will be right in there. Bulk defense, boom, right there. Now, I don't like releasing her up by those expos, so we're going to release him down. We're not going to destroy the Town Hall. We're just going to do this peacefully. Everything's going to be frozen up there. I might regret this, but I think it looks good. And then once everything is kind of cleared, we'll do the rage spell to kind of get the troops to start moving. There we go. Do the rage spell, then we'll freeze that up. Good. We're getting the hang of it. And yep, got it. And as long as the four invis is good for me because then I have a tough time failing, right? Like decent amount of time. So that's all, folks. Please like, comment, subscribe. CWL starts tomorrow, baby. Good luck. And peace.